Hello everybody and welcome to the new version of my YouTube channel. Now, if you saw in the community, my YouTube channel is changing. It's splitting into two. My main profession is going to be going over to a brand new channel where I'll feature all the stuff that I do throughout the day. And my evening time is going to be put into this channel, which is going to be converted into my full-time gaming channel. I do have some previous builds, some previous uploads, sorry, shall I say, i.e. featuring Fallout 4 on console, but I do also love not only console gaming, but I do also love PC gaming. This is currently on a Mac, as you can see, if you're able to work that out already. I do have a brand new save that we're going to be starting today, which I do not even have started yet, because we're going to be beginning from anew. But before we do that, I'm going to be jumping into the campaign that I have here. Now, this is a conversion from a very, very old stages in the versions. I believe this one was 0.7, so this is quite an old one before they went all the way up to, I think it was like, you know, 0.7.1, and then, onwards. Skips a few, but i.e. it's quite a long time ago, and I've pretty much maxed out everything other than Venture. Now, I know everything is maxed out at 5, 3, 3, and 3. This being GSO, this being GeoCorp, this being Venture, and this being Hawkeye. But even though you're maxed out, you still need to fill the bar all the way to the top. The license is maxed at 5, but I still need to fill the bar. Even though I reached 5, it still needs to fill the bar all the way to the very end before your license is actually fully maxed out, which all we have to do is on the Venture. But what I would like to mention is this, as I said, is early access. We're currently on the 0.7.9 build. It is available on Steam. I am unaware of the price currently because it was a very long time when I bought this, when it was a lot cheaper. It's not expensive at all. I believe it's about £20 or something like that, but please don't quote me on that. I will leave a link in the description of all the games that I play, or that I will be playing and uploading. My favourites being obviously this one at TerraTech. My second, I would say, is RimWorld, and we are currently on beta 18 now. Also, maybe 7 Days to Die, a bit of old school, maybe Slam Rancher. Raft is, I believe, has been recently updated. Prison Architect, it had a few updates a little while ago, and I would like to play that one as well. I have been playing all those games, and all the ones I will be playing on YouTube, I have been playing for some time, so I am, I believe, in my opinion, proficient enough to, show you a lot of hints, tips, and tricks, especially in TerraTech. Now, as you can see, I have GSO maxed out and the bar is full. The way the licensing works is you start on 1 and you have to fill the bar all the way to the end, and then you get to license 2 and it goes back to the beginning. As soon as you fill it, it gets to the next license, and then as soon as you fill it on the max, it doesn't jump up to 6. It just means your XP is maxed for now, because there is no rank 6, level 6. Again, here there's no rank level 4 in the GeoCorp Venture. I only have, 68 to go, 68 XP to go, and in the Hawkeye I am maxed out. So what I am going to do is, we do have a floating tech over here. Now, the reason that tech is floating is because it's a hovercraft. The main techs that I like to build, I will be honest, are these kind of things. Now, this, I'm going to say it, it's a bit of a badass. Has a radar on it, which I will admit I do sometimes forget to put on, but luckily most of these techs here in particular do have radars on them. This one doesn't need one because it's a base. This one does, just, for fun. But what I will do is switch that one to follow, and also let's try and reach it, that one to follow. Okay, do we need any other switch to follow? No, I do have several techs. I say several, probably around a dozen or more, no, including these ones, probably about a dozen and a half then, including all the other things that I've got dotted around. But the more techs you have, the more lag you get, and i.e. this one here, it's a charging station and it's full of batteries, solar powers, solar chargers, solar generators, sorry, should we say, that are inside. Loads and loads and loads, just so it charges up extremely quickly and it can charge anything. The reason I have it is so I can fly by. I also have another thing called my sky base, which is absolutely amazing, and that basically means, if you can see it, it's just got chargers underneath, and basically means I can just fly over it and completely recharges my tech. But why don't we, just for now, let's go over and destroy this venture. And I'm going to do it in this tech. The reason I'm going to do it in this tech is because I don't really plan on everything absolutely exploding all over the place, because I have missiles on that tech. If I get close enough, I should hopefully be able to get all of those. There we go. That'll do. Managed to get everything pretty much in one place. We also maxed out our venture license. Just making sure we get rid of all these other ones here. There we go. That should do it. Perfect. Right. We got... What did we get? We got a venture... Is that terminal? Payload terminal. Yes. Amazing. Now what I would like to do is... Let's send this to inventory. Just so we have that directly. And I am going to drop down a Geocorp. There we go. SCU. Let's drop it. Let's drop this one. Let's drop this one about... Where do we want it? We want it about here. Wait, no, sorry. My apologies if anyone's getting a little sick by me spinning around all the time. But, and let's go all the way over here. Now, I know these are very, very wide range, but as you saw, our tech completely destroyed that one. Luckily, not as much as I thought it was going to. I mean, I know I don't need these, but I'm just going to move them in. There we go. Ooh, I believe that was a 5-way... Yes, it was. Good old 5-way steering. Yes, please. I believe that's everything we need on there. 5-way steering is extremely expensive and difficult to make, so that's why I decided to use that one. Now, the reason I got rid of all these bots around is just so nothing creeps into my base. Yes, I've got turrets, but just for fun. Now, as you can see, my battery has gone right down, but stand here for a minute. There we go. 4 seconds was that? It was almost depleted, so let's say 5-6 seconds to... Okay, why not? Let's say 10 is enough, I think. 10 seconds at max to charge that. Let's anchor down and let's jump into this one. Oh, no, I wanted that. There we go. You can double click, but when you have loads of text around, it's a bit trickier to do that. So what I do is I just tend to click as many times as I need. Now we do have another tech that has spawned in, another enemy over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up in the air just a little bit and then fire. There we go. A little quick shot. Let's do a loop-de-loop just in case, because I believe we do need to do one. And then try one more time. There we go. That should have done it. Oh, we have one more. Let's go over here. There it is. Coming down. Fire. There we go. Perfect. Now, one thing I do want to say is there is a little bit of a cheat. If you want to do a 180-degree turn, you can go at 90 degrees to the left and do a spin, which if your bot is like that, if your bot is extremely heavy, that's probably not the best way to do it. Also, if you're not very fast and your flight is not great, it's probably not the best thing to do. I just realised I pressed the wrong button there. Instead of pressing back, which is S, I pressed W, which made me tilt my nose down and land again. So, as you saw, what I did to do a 180-degree turn is you can either... What? Yes, I saw that. I'm just going to get a little bit of an angle here. There we go. Now, I'm going to do a spin. So I'm going to go all the way up. Now, this is the longer way, in my opinion, of doing it. But if you're really low to the ground, it's probably the best way. So I do that. Let's get round here. There we go. That should have done it. Yeah, one shot. And that, as you saw, was a pretty big Hawkeye. And I did one shot flyby. So why don't we have a look and see if we can fly around. Did we get anything amazing? Oh, he did have some really... He had several of those big guns. Nearly crashed. What I want to do is I would like to land over here. Yeah. Oh, that was not how I wanted. Ah, I lost one. Where did I lose it? What did I lose? I lost my little mini one. That's okay. I can pop another one in. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You're there. The reason I put that in there is just for fun. I don't know why. I guess just for an extra little bit of lift. Now, as you saw, what I can do is pop that. Did it get it? Yes. So, because we have So many powerful blocks. Let's anchor just to get some ground. There we go. Right, let's go to this once again. I'm only going to put one down because one should be enough. Do I need one? Probably not. But you know what? Let's do one anyway. Just because we can. Let's put it here. So we. Oh no, lost it. There we go. We'll get that SEO as well. That'll pick it up. I don't have to turn around. Right, let's anchor in. We can do a little drift. There we go. That'll do. Back it up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So I can spin round, point outwards, and there we go. Right. Why don't I very quickly show you the other planes that I have? Let's have an early GSO plane, an early Venture Mini. Punisher is this one here, and I've got my other Venture, and I also have my fast one. Where's my fast one? Plane fast. There you are. This one should anchor. These ones, on the other hand, these Venture ones and the GSO one do not, because the Venture one, these two in particular, have 3 wheels. All really. It's not switching. There we go. There we go. That should do it. This one, I believe, I have too many texts down, which is why the click isn't working. This one, that should be straight. There we go. That's a bit better. Sometimes that happens when you spawn things in. They glitch a little bit. Why don't we take this one out for a spin first? It is very early game. I do have 2 Venture blocks here, but you don't necessarily need them now. I'm actually pitching up quite a bit. It is quite tricky to control, I would say. Don't worry, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm just flying around for some fun. But I do need to regularly press W, which is down, which is basically what I'm trying to go up and down. If I let go of W, I'm just going to end up doing loop-de-loops like this. And it slowly drifts off, and it kind of turns on its own. And it does some nice little whirlwind round. I apologise if you're getting sick for this, but because it's nice and easy to spin around, you can technically just do this. And then level off when you need to, like that, which is quite fun. But we can also, if you want to turn around really quickly, you can go 180-degree turn and then pull up, which obviously in this craft, because it's too quick, that won't happen. So why don't we, hang on, I need to go this way. Thank you. Yeah, keep going. Right, now let go and I should glide. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Thank you. There we go. That'll do. Not the way I wanted to land, but it'll do. Let's pop over to this one. Not because I want to, but because it was the only one I could reach. And we're going to store that one. And jump into the Mini. Now the Mini one, in my opinion, this one is probably the best controlled. Now I have a heal and a shield bubble protecting this one. In my opinion, it's probably the best shape. The shield is just ahead of the propeller at the front, and it lifts absolutely beautifully. If I straighten up here and don't hold anything except shift, it does ever so slightly lift up at the front. But now the reason why I can get that angle is I'm holding right click, and if I drag my mouse, if I drag left it goes this way, drag right it goes this way. Now if I let go of mouse, it will stay there and it will level off behind the plane. Now if I don't hold anything, if I don't hold right click and I maneuver around, it will just try its best to stay behind me. No matter which way I go, no matter how many times I spin, it should do the same thing. But yeah, right, let's go back to base. And let's land. This one should actually glide even better. So if I let go here and go down a little bit. There we go. Nice gentle landing. Ah, perfect. So that one, in my opinion, is probably the best one to fly. If you have a little look at the build, it is standard GSO cab because it's heavier. Propeller at the front. I could technically do that, but in my opinion, that doesn't make it fly as well. It does lift up even more the further you put the wings forward. So you can't put the wings further back because the wings technically cover 3 blocks, as you see. This is very easy to be deceive you, the fact that it does connect here, but it does need all the way up to this bit, which means you cannot put a fan in there. You can only put it there. As you see, my wheel is connected to my fan, and now it's disappearing. Can I catch it? Yes, I can. And I want it on the outside. Yeah, and all the wheels are going to face the same way. It's not completely symmetrical, but the fact that they're all facing the same way is good enough for me. Right, let's jump down, and we are going to do... This is the better one, so let's do this one. In my opinion, this one, slightly more advanced, got more batteries on it. It's got the turbines in it, I believe they're called. Sorry, Venture Zero propellers. They just look like turbines. But the reason I like these ones is because I don't believe you actually need to hold shift for them to work. Or at least not that I'm aware of. But the problem with this one is because they're so powerful, and are they heavy? I'm not sure. They do tend to kick the plane right up, which means I have to constantly aim down. Now, I don't have any weapons on these planes because these ones were just for, quick escape, flying around, slightly early game. If you just want to, pack up a few things and fly off, there's no point adding a load of guns and engaging in battle, in my opinion. As long as you've got the heal bubble and shield, that's all you really need, in my opinion, to be moving around and not engaging in battle when you're in the air. Let's pop round here, and we are going to jump to the very, 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 very last one, which is my speedy one. I've just called it plain fast. I know I haven't been very creative in the naming process, but I do have quite a few. So when you get to the point where you have to just start numbering them, this is all early game stuff. The reason why I've put these here is because at the very early of the game, the thing you want is the easiest ones right in the beginning. You do actually now, thank you, get the wireless chargers quite early. This again is another early plane, which, to be honest, I could probably show you at some point. I'm not sure if it anchors, but let's show you this one first. So let's unanchor, and let's take off, nice and quick, and let's go straight into the air. We are taking off at 122, 121 miles an hour at almost an instant climb. Yep, 118 degrees if we go straight up. What happens if we come straight down? Let's just let go of shift so we fall a bit. Level off, there we go. And let's go straight down. 140, 142, 43. Oh, we're not going straight down. Okay, 144. Ah, 144, not bad. Flew quite far away. Let's lift up. Now, I know this doesn't look like it's extremely fast. I could be a lot faster with adding boosters. The problem with boosters is they're not, even though they do regenerate the more tanks you keep on, they still don't last all the time like they used to. Before, if you put loads and loads of boosters on your tech with loads and loads of fuel tanks on your tech with only a couple of boosters, the regeneration would actually occur faster than they depleted, basically. So you could basically keep flying and keep boosting all the time, but that unfortunately no longer happens, no matter, in my opinion, how many boosters how many tanks you have. And if you're going to load your tank up with 20 or so tanks, it's going to be so heavy it probably won't even get off the ground, even with boosters. So I would possibly make a rocket, which might be interesting, but not right now. But yeah, I think it's about time that we jump into a brand new save. Now, I'm not going to save that one over the top because I do like the fact, I probably should have, because I did get to keep a lot of those blocks from that venture. But it means I still, in case I did anything wrong, I don't want to mess it up just for, showing purposes. Now, I'm going to skip the tutorial because, in my opinion, when you've restarted a game, I've probably restarted a game over 200 times. Sorry, my apologies, over 100 times. Easily restarted over 100 times. So managing to be able to skip the tutorial is, in my opinion, very, very helpful. So thank you, devs, for doing that for us. So here we go. We have dropped in. Now, because we skipped the tutorial, it's not going to tell us to move around, land, drive, blah, 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 add blocks here, da-da-da. The tutorial basically it put blocks. It decided where you had to put the blocks. But because we don't have the tutorial, and we now have more than I think the previous, I think you only got 3 blocks. But yeah, I like to put the cab at the back. I'm going to add that wheel there, that wheel there. I'm going to add that gun there and that one there. This is going to go around the front. Excuse me. There we go. And that should do. Now, I do want that one, but I don't want any more wheels. Now, before I press B, I'm going to move out. The way of doing that is just pressing W, A, S, and D. Yeah, so W is forward, A is left, D is right, and then S is just move backwards. You can, however, do this. W, this is still W, this is still W. So depending on the orientation, depends on which way your tech moves. It's always going to be away from you if you press forward, is basically the general rule of thumb. Right, what I would like to do is go straight for our solar generator and hopefully find another tech on the way. Yes, I know our cab is a bit banged up, and as soon as we get to our solar generator, we are going to get a heal bubble, but because our cab is at the back, and we are always going to be facing forwards, hopefully we should be able to blow up the tech without blowing up the block. That's what I want, and I want that one as well. There you are, just to make our tech even. Did you have another one on the back? No, you didn't. I don't want the light. Right, let's go all the way to the solar generator, which is so far away. How long is it? 130 meters. And we also have another block. Another tech. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. There we go. Let's be tactical with our shots and only aim for the cab. You don't decide where you aim. Middle mouse button technically decides if you want to manually aim. But to be honest, I'm not really too fussed. Now, I know I just did this right next to the solar generator, when technically, as soon as we get the solar generator, what we want to do, I'm going to move them over there, is because... Oh, that's really annoying. There we go. It's because as soon as we put the solar generator down, we will get a heal bubble. And a heal bubble means we can heal ourselves up. Now, I don't know why our cab isn't actually... isn't flashing anymore, but oh well, never mind. There we go, perfect space. Now while that's healing up, let's put that there, and we are going to go with, do you know what, we're going to do 3 wide instead, because in my opinion that's a lot better. And then what we can do is put that there, oh there we go, and that there, this there, and there will be a very, very good reason as to why I am doing this. Now ideally I would like that there. Oh no, come on, thank you. That one will do, and that one will do. Just for the time. I don't know what I just said there. For the time being, that should be enough. I know I could technically use 2 and put one either side, but then I don't. You cannot put a wheel on the back of this block and one next to this solar generator. So that's the reason I did that. The beginning is going to be very, very slow. Just realised. The beginning is going to be very, very slow because I don't have any boosts, I don't have any big wheels. We are literally starting right from scratch. Now what I will do, hopefully you will say courtesy to you, because I hope that some of you don't like, in my opinion, this boring bit of trying to level up and trying to become almighty and powerful. What I will do is a couple of jump cuts at points. I'm not going to do tons and tons and tons, because even when I'm watching YouTube, the last thing I want is too many jump cuts that I don't know what's happening, especially if I don't play the game myself, whereas this one I do play a lot. So you know, if I'm watching somebody on YouTube, I have tons and tons of favorites that I love watching, but I love to give tips in comments and stuff. But I do believe that instead of putting it in comments and, you know, not many too many people seeing it, I do believe that I can actually help out a lot more just by posting a few videos myself, and if anybody wants to watch them, they are very welcome to. If they don't wish to, then I have no quarrels whatsoever. Now as you see, we are leveling up our tech a little bit better. We are getting a few important things. Now what I want to do is, while I'm waiting here and loading up a few blocks onto my deck, we can anchor down, because I have the solar generator level with the bottom of the blocks, the level ground, the bottom level blocks, which are the ones that touch the ground. I'm going to leave that there, and I don't need anything more except that just yet. Now what I would like to do is move this further back once more, just so I can put... Ooh, what do I want to do? That's what I want to do. Let's put that bad boy in there and turn it round. Perfect. Then that one can go here. That can go there and anchor down. Anchor. Thank you. There we go. That's a bit better. Now, I think the reason why you guys know I did that is because you want the heal bubble near the back. If you have it too far near the front and you drill into somebody, I'm going to start healing them. So let's keep it that way, and we're going to do what we did before, because I think it's a lot better to have a couple of wheels, 3 wheels on the back, giving it a little push forward. Yep, that should do. Right, now, why don't we go for our radar? Now this is, I believe, okay, it's 400 meters from now, yeah. That shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, I don't know if I've already said this is in the early access stages. 0.7.9 is the one we're playing. Yep, that's the one, 0.7.9. I thought I got myself wrong then. But it again, it's got very few glitches now. In my opinion, they have been tons and tons of constant updates. Spread out, in my opinion, very, very well. If you play the experimental build, of course, it updates a lot more often. But if you play the stable build, I say experimental build, the unstable, if you play the stable build, the updates are less frequent, but obviously it means you don't get as many features updated with regards to resources, fabrication, new blocks. I do, as you saw, I have the R&D test chamber, I have the sumo mode, I have pretty much the full version. Now, the reason I have the full version is because I adore this game, and I believe when I downloaded the demo, it took me less than probably about 2 hours of playing before I then decided I absolutely need the full version in my life. I assure you, I am not being endorsed or in any way being asked to promote TerraTech whatsoever, but this is a game that, as I said, I've put several hundred hours of gameplay into, and I still absolutely love it. I'm still happy to go back and start a new campaign. From now, we will probably start skipping. The reason why I say that is because the missions will start getting further and further apart, as you saw, 653. Now, I only need to heal up enough to heal myself because we currently do not have a battery, which is what we are going for right now. 653 meters away. It is currently in a tree, which is on fire. Obviously, you can't see it from here. I do have my draw distance at absolute max. Now, if you don't play the game, your draw distance basically means how far away the terrain spawns in and the text further away. Now, obviously, you can see it's a bit foggy, so that might be some contribution, but the lower you bring your draw distance, the closer the fog gets to you. If you have it on max, then obviously it means it's furthest away. The only issue with the whole fog thing and the draw distance, even on max, it's not really far enough for me. It's because when you're in a flying tech and you're flying around extremely fast, I don't need that block, that's fine. When you're driving around extremely fast, you seem to be flying faster than the game can spawn the distant terrain and especially any techs. But yeah, it's not too bad. So I tell you what I'm going to do is I am going to drive very, very quickly, hopefully try and go a little bit faster. But how far are we? 200 meters. Yeah, it's not too bad, but as soon as we get some bigger wheel, and I know as soon as we get to this battery, we're going to end up turning around and going all the way back to the crash site. And what I need to do is go straight for Crafty Mike missions. The reason being is because they are the easiest, although they are very slow. One thing I would like to say is, devs, if you are watching these, I would very, very, very much love it if you guys gave us an option to like a little X here or a skip, like arrows or something, just so we don't have to, when we're doing Crafty Mike, is read the text every single time. I do, I absolutely love this game and I highly, highly recommend it, but devs, if you're watching, please, please, please give us an option to just, skip the text, because when you're not actually doing anything and he's just telling you information, when you've played this game over and over and over and over and over again, it is absolutely, I'm going to say it, soul destroying when you can sit there for 5 minutes and do a mission that if you could skip the text, you could do in about 30 seconds. Yes, I know it probably defeats the whole point of the game, where if you can, skip through the missions or speed through the missions, shall we say, it just makes it a lot easier. But at the early stages, I am more than happy to skip all the way to the SCU and then take my time. We are going straight back to the crash location, which luckily is less than 500 meters away at 200 now. So that means we are going to get a load of new blocks. Now, there is one block in particular that you get on GSO that I don't really know why it's still in the game, because I haven't seen it on anyone's text. I don't see people using it. Even whenever I'm using an actual sweeper, I do not use that block. I just make my own. But it's this one here. Where are you? Underneath the really good wheels, which we are absolutely going to use. The GSO plow. It's one that I really don't need and I don't want in my life. And what I'm going to do is, because we've got 4 bigger wheels, I believe they are the dirt wheels. GSO dirt wheels. We are going to put them on the front and the back of our tech. Now I could go, which is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go one wider. The reason I'm only going to go one wider is because we only have enough, I believe, to go one wider. If we want to add in, oh yeah, that's what I did by mistake. Let's keep that one here. Why not? Let's keep that there. We're going to put the battery in there. Now that we can actually plant down, we should probably do that first before we do all this. And I think that should be enough for the beginning. Do we have one more? Yes, we do. Going there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Keep that one on the back because we want these ones on the front. That one there as well. Okay, I think that should do it. Now let's put the wheels on the back. And what I will do is anytime I change my tech, if I'm going to take too long, I absolutely will skip. And obviously do a cut and jump a little bit forward. The reason I will do that is because the last thing you want to see is every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes I change my tech around. But I do not mind it. If I show you a couple, and then we'll skip to the next one. So, speaking of, this is 1,000 meters trading station. Why don't we skip all the way to that one? So, I'll see you in a second. Alright, we are coming up to the trading station right now. So what I would like to say is, in this game, as I said, we are going to be going hopefully all the way to GSO Corp rank 3, shall we say? Level 3. I don't know what it's been decided, if it's rank or levels, but I guess you could say it's either or. You know, 6.5 dozen. Oh, we have a trader troll. We have a trader troll. Now what we can do is anchor before he jumps in, which means we are let's speak English, which means we are currently producing power instead of draining it, which means we can literally sit here, can't be moved, and we can just constantly, you know, absolutely batter him until he gets destroyed. We don't really need another one. But I'm going to be sticking it on there just now. The reason for that is because we are currently anchored and we're producing more power than we need or are using. We got a little bit destroyed, just a little bit, but we do have a new battery now. Because we have a load more blocks here, what I am going to do is I'm going to move the back off. All of them except, oops, no, I can't seem to, there we go. All of them except that one, put that there. The reason I want to do that is because I believe I should make it one more, just one more wider. Okay, and then we can get rid of all the blocks we don't need. So what I will do is I will come back once I've built this up. Just a quick note, before I obviously do build this up, as I have moved my solar generator out here, the reason I want to do that is because I want to work on the back. Now if that is here, and I want to start moving blocks, if I move this one out, it falls off anyway. So, and that means that I need to go back into that, and it doesn't quite work. So let's anchor that back in. The best way to do this is to lift up, plop it there, and pop back down again. It means I can now start working on the back, I can start moving my blocks around, and then once I'm all good, I can pop that back down, anchor back down, and everything's all good. Okay? Let's carry on. Alright guys, now we have finished building this version. This is going to be number 2. What I could do is take a photograph of it and keep it in my save file, but technically I'm going to be changing this up again soon at some point now. It's pretty much symmetrical in my opinion. I believe it is pretty bang on except this one, but the problem with that is if you put it in the middle, it's going to be slightly off and it's going to be pushing, I believe, the text slightly to the left. So if I put it to the middle, that should work and should push it very, very much in a straight line. So let's do striking out, which if you have already played or seen this, it's going to be purchase a pack collector. Is it pack collector? Resource collector anyway. So this is what I mean by hoping that you could skip. If you already know the missions and the beginning tutorial part, even though it says skip tutorial, it still tells you about all of the options and all the text and all the blocks and all that kind of stuff. But here we go. So let's jump into that, and it is technically called a thimble collector. Oh, makes sense. Now this is going to go right at the top. The reason for that is because I want all the resources just jumping straight up as soon as I attack them, like that. Now why don't we get some of those, pop this into the trading station. Right, tree, goodbye. I'm just going to destroy all these down. We can't pick them all up because we can only get one collector. I know before you used to be able to get several, which meant you could just buy, you know, 3 or 4, and do this mission within one go. But because we are going to get wood, the only reason I'm getting wood just now is because it's just the closest resource. I know I could go and get the, I believe it's called Luxite, is this, oh, where is it? There it is. Luxite or Erudite, Rudian. Yeah, we don't really need to because it'll only take a second. There we go, one more. That should do it. That is really annoying. It's in my way. Thank you. And that should do it. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Right. There we go. Check mission board. Oh, no, I have to wait. Can I buy anything yet? I absolutely can. What do I want? I want another solar generator. The reason I want that one is because I want that one like this. Let's move that very, very quickly. And move that there. That one goes there. Move out. That one goes there. And I believe that should do it. So, oh no, B, build mode. Yeah, if that happens and you put your one underneath, wheel underneath, it now decides that it just rolls around like crazy. Which is quite interesting to watch sometimes. There we go, that should do it. I mean, maybe I should add that there. And yeah, that's fine. Let's add that in the middle. Oh, I see, that's why. I have a spare shield bubble. Didn't really want to, but why not? Right, we want turret defense, we want you're a winner, and we want supply drop. I do not want to go for Big Yellow, which is Geocorp license, and I have a very, very good reason for that. And I will tell you, the reason is because as soon as you get the license for a corporation, those techs start spawning in. Geocorp being, I believe, the most powerful, the strongest early game. Not strongest in weaponry and stuff. I don't believe it's the strongest in weaponry. I think early game GSO is. And then Hawkeye, I believe, is probably the next best weapon. How advanced they are. But let's have a look. What do we have? I want to put that one there, and we can... I know we're a little bit off now, but we don't need any more. I don't need more wheels in the middle because I like to keep them separate. But what we will do is we are going to go to the... Let's do turret defense. Or why don't we have... why don't we have crafting mic yet? I don't know why. Oh well. We are... Oh, this is the problem. Even though you have the dirt wheels are fine for the plains forest biome, which is this one. But when it comes to the sand dunes, it kind of fails, which is why I've put this one at the back, just to give it that little bit of a push should it need it. I do not want to just be going around destroying text. The reason being is because if you watch very briefly, the XP that we get for that is 8. We need 4,900 just to get to the end of level 2, which will then give us, at the beginning, level 3. Level 3 license. So, let's go round this way. What I am going to do is, I believe we are still, 500 meters away on the sand dunes. So, let's skip all the way to the end. Right, I'll be honest with you, I personally think this is probably, in my opinion, the worst place for a trading station, because it is right next to a ditch. It is also in the middle of 3 surrounding mountain areas. So yeah, it's not the best one, and considering it's in the sand dunes as well, it is definitely not the easiest place to get to. But sure, why not? We now have Oh my god, we have so many batteries. So many batteries. Let's plant before it gets to sundown. We have a rotating anchor, which is extremely helpful because we want to now, once we have a rotating anchor, it means we can do this. And if you are unaware of what that means, it means lift that one there. We're going to put this, where do we want it? I want it here. Get rid of that one and put that there. I'm going to put that on the other side, right there. Nope. Down. Thank you. And I'm going to put the pack collector at the back. The reason for that is just so everything moves to the back when I don't need it to be in the front. Did we lose any weapons? I don't believe so, but we did get a shield. So, right. I'm going to heal up a little bit and... Oh, maybe I should anchor up first. I'm going to heal up, and I am also going to put that shield and build my tech up just a little bit, just so it looks a little bit pretty. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, now one thing I will say is definitely remember to put the shield in front of the heal bubble. The reason for that is you'll probably already see it. It should just be enough. I might move both of them back one, but I do believe I have the cab sitting behind the heal bubble. But the reason for that is because when you attack or are in front of a tech and they are attacking you, the best thing you want is the shield bubble to be further away than your tech, than the heal bubble. Because again, if they come in or they shoot and the heal bubble is too far forward, you're going to heal them, and if the shield is too close, then splash damage means it will affect your tech. I'm going to carry on building this up, and we're going to be back in a minute. Okay, here we go. We have built up our tech a little bit. As you can see, my shield is still in front and my heal is further back, but my whole tech should be completely enclosed in the heal and the shield bubble. If we right click on, no, we can't do that yet. We need to right click on this one just to finish the mission. Order turret to guard trade station. So let's guard. Now the problem is I don't really care too much for this trade station here. So what I'm going to do is once that activates, which is this beautiful SCU here, I'm also going to grab that and put that in here as well. It's a little bit, there we go, that worked. That is a piece of grass, we don't need that. And it tells us to go into build. Now, we also have our inventory, which means the one amazing thing about this is we don't have any blocks for that one just now. But if I take this off and put it down, and if I put any block onto this, anytime we're out and about and we do not have an SCU unit on us just now, what we can do is, for example, add something on, right click, and store in the inventory, which means it goes into our inventory here, which is available anywhere when we're out and about. Again, before you used to have a mobile SCU on you, sorry, not mobile SCU, one of these SCUs, GSO SCU on the ground, planted before you could open up your inventory. This is, I would say, fairly new, a few months, it's only a few months old, but what we do want to do though is plant that anchor back down there. Now the reason I put that anchor there and not the solar generators is because when you put a solar generator down and anchor down, let's get in the right level first, and anchor down, you can't rotate because my solar generator doesn't rotate. But if I put it there, the fact that I have a GSO rotating anchor means I can spin around, but because there's now terrain collision, it's a bit difficult in certain areas, i.e. this area. Now let's store this one. We do not want that whatsoever, but what I do want... Oh, let's unanchor and get just further enough to click that. I do want one more. Two more, actually. Oh, store that. Thank you. I believe that's stored. Now what I do want is put that one here and that one over here. There we go. Now we have three. Ooh, that didn't store. There we go. That's a lot better. Right, just to double check on our blocks that we want to buy, we also want to get a few of them. Oops, move them around here. Now this is a little bit annoying that they haven't yet changed the SCU to being on this side. I understand the reason for that is probably so when you buy one you can pick it up. You know, if you buy several, pick it up and put it on your tech, and it means the SCU isn't going to put store it in. But if I buy 20 items in one go, I'd rather my SCU storage pick it up so I can then just do this and plop them all down. But hey, you know, each their own. Hopefully they'll change that at some point. We have a crafty business here, but screw it, let's do it. I'm going to do a raided party and that one as well. I didn't really want to be using this trading station, but if we take the missions, we're not necessarily coming back to the trading station. We don't have to. In order to complete the mission, you can complete it there and then. So, let's have a look where crafty business is. Opposite way. Not ideal. But we are, first of all, going to go towards you're a winner. So, let's go after that. Okay, here we are. We are at the crate. I'm a little bit worried that when we get near it, we might... Nope, it's okay. I thought it might be a trap. Right, what do we want? We want this. Definitely that. Not really. I don't really want these decorations, but they're free, so we'll take them, and there's only a few. If there were tons of them, then I wouldn't keep all of them. But, yeah, I'd rather not. Right, let's go for crafty business. And it's 1.5 kilometers away, so let's see if there's anything closer. 3, yeah, we're going to try this one. Okay, we're going to jump for that one, raiding party, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I don't know if you can see this here, but that, I believe, is our raiding party. So we have a couple of techs before the raiding party, which are luckily extremely small and hopefully easy to deal with. Now I can just stay here and shoot him. Yeah, break him up a little bit. I'm glad we healed up because we lost all of our heal, all of our battery power, and even some of our blocks here. Yes, thank you. I will be using that. I do not want that one. But I will be putting that one back there, and I will be putting that one back there. Don't need that. That's fine. Heal, shield bubble even. Let's put that at the back, just for now, and we're going to put that right next to it. The reason for that is for that reason now. Alright guys, the reason why I've come back is because I have found another trade station here, and I am technically... I believe I might keep this as my base. So the reason being is because in the grasslands or the plains, whatever you want to call it, invaders don't spawn. They do, no idea why, in the sandy biome, the hills, desert, don't know what you want to call that. But yeah, it does spawn there. It spawns in the salt flats, I believe the ice biome. What's the other one? The pillars biome, which I haven't seen in a very, very long time actually. But yeah, in here it doesn't seem to, or at least I hope it doesn't. But now that we actually have the anchor, so I say the anchor, now that we actually have this wonderful magnet block here, we can do something which I call my magnetic arm. And I do have it, sorry, magnet arm. I do not have enough blocks for it. I need a cab, which this is what I use it for. Pick up the blocks, store them. Pick up the blocks, store them. Let me demonstrate. I only have 3,000 to play with, but for that reason I am going to get... what do I want? Yeah, I don't want anything that's too expensive. So let's just go for a few of these because we do need quite a few. Let's get a couple of 2s as well, just a few. And let's go for... yeah, definitely one of those, because then I think it means we have 2. I was hoping to add them there. Well, I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that anymore, because I have a 194. Okay, right, why don't we go for... right, I'm definitely going to go for crafty business now. Let's just try and skip ahead all the way to the... all the way to get the SU that we can carry around with us, just so we can collect blocks. Hurry up and tell us what we need to do. We need to anchor that. This one. This is what it used to be at the beginning. When you have the tutorial, it tells you exactly where specifically to put the blocks. So what I'm going to do, because I am not going to torture you with all of this, I'm going to skip to the important bits. Okay, selling blocks. That's one important thing. Okay, now note you can refine blocks and sell them. Easy. I mean, what do you think about sitting here for our first base? Right at the top of a hill. This would probably be really good for like a little sky base. I'm a little tempted to leave a block here. Just so I have a little, should we say a bookmark. I've charged up a little bit. I am looking for the, oh wow, there it is. When you're looking around like over here and stuff, like looking around over there, it's very easy to just drive right past what you're looking for. Did I get anything that I can put this down with? Where is it? There it is. I thought we had more. I was a little worried we didn't then. Right, we don't need a second shield bubble. We don't have one on us, that's fine. We don't have a second one that I don't need. Let's put that there. Little trick, by the way, is if you've got loads of blocks chilling on the ground, a nice way to load them up onto another thing is to get it just behind and go like this. It's so much easier when it's actually, you know, when it loads on. But if you've got tons and tons of blocks, just click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, and just let go like this. It's so much easier, especially when you've got several blocks piled up already. But what I can now do is I can honestly just start click, drag, as long as you're within range. This, it will pretty much cling to anything now. I get a little closer, there we go, and you can just, honestly, tiny little mouse movements. Again, it is a little bit annoying that if you do miss them, it will happen, but like that, for example, it does happen, but then, you know, it's landed right underneath you, so it's not too bad. And to be honest, I think we can actually get most of, we can't leave just one. We're going to go grab it, and we're just going to move it back. See, now that looks, oh, okay, bad example. There we go. It looks a mess, but then you store it. And all you had to do was just click, drag, click, drag, click, drag. Looks like we had one missing, but that's fine. We're going to add that just to there, just so it's in the way. What we didn't do though is go and get all of our yes, that's all I want. That's all I want from that. I don't want the grey block, I don't want the pink block, I don't want the bunny ears. All I want is my battery gauge, which I will gladly put right there. Perfect. Now, they have a lot of wheels that I want. They also have a couple of weapons I want. Luckily, this guy over here is an idiot, because he spawned in the worst possible place. Wait, why am I still shooting over there? There we go. Oh, man. 4 wheels, and we get 1. We get 1. Yep, goodbye. Thank you. Took a while. Right, all I want is that wheel. That's it. This is all I want. Nothing else. Just the wheel. Because that's the only thing good in here. Right, what do we get? Absolutely nothing that I wanted, except, yep, nothing. Just pure Christmas decorations. It's coming up to the end of January, and I'm getting Christmas decorations. Hey, look at this. Even in the mounty area slash desert biome, look, I am now stuck. You can get an invasion. Interesting. No, I am not using that trading station, because it's actually within. Look at that, that's interesting. Devs, please note, invasion trading station is actually within an invasion. So I don't know if that's supposed to happen, but surely during missions and stuff, it shouldn't be spawning in when you're at a trade station. That's a bit mean. So here we are at the trading station, and let's see, I also want to obviously buy and sell some resources there, sell some even, and then I want to buy some blocks. But first of all, let's put down the magnet arm once again. Hopefully it's in the right place. No, it's not. So what we do is we're going to build, spin it round and put it forward. There we go, and then press B to put it back down again. Where's B? There it is. There we go, that should do it, which now means I'll show you how this works properly. We should be able to get, please, yes, get a few of those. I want one of those, and I think, no, we don't need any, that's fine. I'll get a few more of those. Now we spin around, and there we go. Missions, Crafty Business 2, Rival Base, which will give us a load of new blocks, and Supply Drop, which I think is a free one, considering the Supply Drop is so close. We might as well go for that first. The reason why I say that is because the purple bar, the purple circle on the radar, As you can see now, we are within range, which means it's been alerted. So all we got to do now is just try and find it. I am looking around this time, a little bit better than last time. Problem is it could actually be... There it is. Anywhere was where I was going to say. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be up and hidden somewhere just over hill, but grade 3, perfect. And it is grade, not level or rank. It's grade 3. Oh, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. So let's anchor. Oh, that's good. I didn't realise. I forgot about that one. You can anchor silos down. There we go. This wheel is exactly what I want later on. The reason being is because those are amazing to put underneath your text. They give it a little bit more height, and obviously give it a wheel underneath and in the middle. Now we are going to go back to Crafty Mike. Come on. Let's move back a bit. There we go. That should do. Anchor down. And let's get this on. Come on. Sweet. Right, we get to keep this fabricator, this 4-pack silo, this receiver. Yep, that's what it's called. And that other standard not rotating anchor. Non-rotating anchor, shall we say. Yep, sweet. Right, let's go. Any more missions? Perfect. Crafty Business 3, capture any enemy base. And Crafty Missions 3 is back that way at 400, so that one, in my opinion, is probably quicker than acquire rival base. And also, because he's only 400 meters, he's pretty much back where we left him. Right, he's off. We get to keep this base and the resources, which is lovely. Lovely jubbly. Now that he's gone, we can take, and we can head off to defeat all the rival guardians. The last thing you want to do is get close to the base. Not because it might have weapons on it, that is a factor, but if I get too close to the base and try and aim for this guy, right now look at all my guns, they're all aiming for the base, because I am closer to that than I am him. Now I am going to do a little bit of a runner, the reason being is because my energy, if you can see down the bottom, has gotten very, very low, and I am going to anchor. But let's see, I'm still closer to the base than I am. Oh, look, the base does have a cab on it, which is a tiny little gun. It's got a delivery cannon on it and everything. Look at that. That was quite cool. So now that we actually defeated all the other bots, we now get to keep that base. Now, there is still a bot under there. That's what it was. I honestly thought it was something else. Oh my god, it's healing itself. Oh, that's annoying. There we go. That'll do. They have fixed that. I'm glad. Before, if a cab landed inside its own shield bubble, you couldn't blow it up because it would always heal faster than you could blow it up, which was extremely annoying. I am going to keep some of these. Again, you can do the exact same thing by just click, drag, and then let go. As long as you're actually connected, it's a cinch. That should do it. Please give us an SCU. Please give us an SCU. No, but it did give us this wheel, which is the Muddy Dog wheel. That's the one. That is the one. Oh, and also a spoiler. Yep, that's all fine and dandy, except it's not at all what I wanted, and especially the stupid chicken. Who wants the chicken? Nobody wants the chicken. Nobody wants the chicken. Right, what am I sticking that? That'll do. Right. We're going to store that. We're going to store that, because that is now our base. Our base. And we are going to go all the way back to our trading station. Now, I believe I've been filming for about an hour and a half, an hour and 30 minutes, just over maybe, which is not too bad. But you can, if you manage to get some really lucky blocks, and maybe an invader that gives you a boost, which I got last time, you can then get to missions a lot quicker. Now, at the moment, it seems to only want to give us one mission, which really sucks, because having only... There we go, that's better. Race Against Time is Venture License. I do not want to go for that yet, because we are only in Episode 1. We don't even have an SCU yet. Again, the reason why I didn't go for the Venture, and especially the GeoCorp, is because there's no reason to have tons more techs spawning in with different corporations if I can't pick up their blocks. And easy, all we have to do is mine. a rock, which will hopefully give us, I believe in that one, it is oleite jelly. Oleite steam is that one, and oleite jelly is what comes out of it. So let's anchor in. We are not yet at daytime, but hopefully by the time he's finished talking, the sun will be out, our generators will be up, and we will be charged. So let's do what he says. Is it simply that? There we go. Maybe it was this side. It doesn't want to do it, but you can then put another one next to that actually links onto it, and that also produces. I'm going to try and do that later on in another episode. Once I get more than one miner, I'll see if there is any way in which I can try and get 2 miners onto one pocket, one resource pocket. We should be able to just get right under this guy. There we go. Sometimes it's nice to get up and personal. Same with this one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a few more blocks on because... yeah, there we go. Right. And look what we got. We got the SCU. So this is exactly what I wanted for this episode. And as I said, I said it was about there, but as you can see, it is about almost halfway through grade 3 of GSO before you get the SCU. Now that we have the SCU, what we can do is we can completely redo our tech from the ground up and not have to worry about losing any parts or wheels or blocks or absolutely anything whatsoever. Nice and quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to store this, and I'm going to go all the way back to our base. I say our base, all the way back to our trading station of choice, and hopefully that will mean that we can basically go on a spending spree. And again, I'm going to put down my small and drop them in, and it will charge as well at the same time. It just means that anytime we come back to the trading station, we can just drop them down, because I'm happy to leave it here now. What I am going to do is scan for missions. We should have hunting party and unboxing. I'm also I think what I am going to do is I'm going to drop my SCU here, and I'm going to purchase, because I've got 14,000. Why don't we purchase a few things? I want one of them because I lost mine. I would like another delivery cannon, another block magnet, just to make the arm a bit better, another refinery, 3 of those, and a load of conveyor belts. Cannot get enough conveyor belts. Tons and tons of conveyor belts. Once you don't need the magnet arm, you can just get the SCU, drop it down. This is why this is a very important block for me. I don't need that one. I do want all 6 of those miners if I can have them. Thank you. Fabricator, we have 1. We do not need any more, but I do especially need all of those. And I would like 1 of them. And anything else in particular? Yes, maybe that. And oh, we don't have enough. Damn. Do I need anything else? Nope, not enough, not enough. Okay, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this should be enough for episode 1. I hope you enjoy. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you wish. Share with your friends if you think anybody can use any of the tips that I have used. I will, as I said, continue to add more and more tips as the episodes go on. And it will obviously get more advanced as we go on through the licenses. Currently we are at 10,640, so within the one video we managed to go over 10,000 XP. We will get license 4, we will get grade 4 license of GSO once we hit the 15,400 mark. And then obviously what I might do is in the next episode we are going to build a slightly better base. We are going to get all these resources around this area. We're going to load up a lovely tech, and we're going to get a bit of money going, have a bit of a tech, and have a bit of a, shall we say, an army, somewhat. I don't really want to rely on all of these ones that I've already built. I would like to very briefly do a few speed builds, shall we say, with you guys. I mean, it's very helpful if you obviously use the camera angle when you're building and stuff. So obviously if you want to fill up these holes, you just can click and blah blah blah, instead of having to just drag and do it this way. So add one here, 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 here. It's a lot easier if you just do it from here. and just keep clicking, and they keep dragging out. But I will demonstrate that next time. Did we get any more while we're waiting? No, just the 2. Again, this is GeoCorp license. Unlock GeoCorp. Unlock Venture. Let me know if you want to choose and you want me to go for one of these. Let me know which one. Ideally, it's probably better going for this one first, so you can get some bigger batteries and some slightly better weapons. And then this one's obviously for speed. So bulk and armor and speed. But yeah, until next time. Should we do it one more time? Until next time, guys. Have a great one, and speak to you soon.